Your morning walk is along a stone promenade by the sea, and your biggest decision of the day is whether to drink coffee or wine, or both. And your cost of living just dropped by 40%.
Girl, if that decision is being made on your morning walk, you got a problem.
Don't judge me.
If you're dreaming about retiring abroad with European charm, coastal beauty, and a cost of living that doesn't punch you in the wallet or the face, this episode is for you. Today on Queer Money episode 630, which is brought to you by Optimize Investment Partners, Portugal Golden Opportunities Fund. More on that later. We're breaking down the top 5 most affordable and gay-friendly cities and towns in Croatia. It might be Europe's best-kept secret.
Kicking off our list at number 5 is Zadar. Zadar has historic charms, seaside promenade, and some of the best sunsets in all of Europe, literally praised by Alfred Hitchcock himself. Zadar feels romantic without feeling overrun like some of the cities that we're going to touch on here a little bit later. And visitors and residents must check out both the sea organ, which sounds fascinating, as well as the sundial.
Yeah, you get a light show at the sundial and some great sounds at the sea organ. The reality is Zadar is a smaller city and has a much smaller gay scene than places like Zagreb or Split. Winters here are quiet, and you're going to rely mostly on a regional community rather than nightlife. The vibe here is it's really low-key, but it's safe. LGBTQ folks do live openly, especially expats, but pride events are on the nearby island of Pog. It's just not a flashy place here in Zagreb.
As for your wallet, which is what we're overweighting in our analysis here, cost of living relative to Denver, Colorado, which will be our touchstone for this particular episode, it's 45 to 50% cheaper than Denver, Colorado.
Nice.
That's pretty crazy. Your average 2-bedroom rent will go for $900 to $1,100 US a month. For all these reasons, we're giving it a Queer Money retirement rating of 7 out of 10.
So coming in at number 4 is the city of Osijek. Now, Osijek is known for being a green city. It's very relaxed and shockingly affordable. It feels more like a university town that meets a retirement-friendly river city.
Reality check, though, is that it's far from the coast. English is less common, so you'll definitely want to be patient, definitely learn the language, and maybe start your residency in Osijek with Google Translate. As for the queer vibe check, it's tiny, but it's got a visible LGBTQ plus community. It's more know your neighbor rather than clubs, but it's, however, as we overweight affordability, does lean toward affordable for the LGBTQ plus community.
As for your wallet, it is coming in at about 55 to 60% cheaper than Denver. 2 bedrooms run for around $700 to $850 US. Now, obviously, when you are planning or thinking about retirement, one of the things you're going to be concerned with is how much you're going to be able to spend and where that will allow you to live. That's why we updated and have a new improved Happy Gay Retirement Calculator, which gives you that kind of information, letting you know how much you're able to spend based on how much you've saved. And getting back to Osijek, we're going to give this city a Queer Money retirement rating of 7.5 out of 10.
You can grab a link to that calculator in the description of this YouTube video or on your podcast player. Hey, we're definitely covering the country of Croatia. This one came by request, so please don't send your barbs our way. People are actually asking for us to cover some of these countries. Obviously, Croatia is part of Europe, but it's not part of the Schengen region, so keep that in context as you're considering your travels abroad and how long you'll be able to stay in Croatia before you actually get a residency. Croatia is LGBTQ plus friendly, and keep in mind that when we're covering different locations here in Croatia, we're speaking with a little bit of relativity here. Not all these places are as accepting as, say, maybe San Francisco or New York City in the United States. Ultimately, though, we're overweighting affordability over all other factors because this is a personal finance channel and we're trying to figure out how to stretch our retirement dollars as far as possible. So when we're coming up with these ratings, we're overweighting affordability. With all that in mind, there are strong anti-LGBTQ plus protections in Croatia. According to the Anti-Discrimination Act of 2008, it prohibits discrimination based on sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and access to public and private services, employment, and education.
When it comes to legal same-sex partnerships, though, the Constitution does define marriage as a one man and one woman. There is a life partnership or civil unions for same-sex couples, so they have made some allowances here. When it comes to affordability, healthcare is one of the bright spots, as well as private insurance. Mediterranean lifestyle here, you get that without having to deal with the Spain or Italy pricing. Socially, it's more quietly accepting than, say, for example, rainbow-loud cities like Barcelona or Amsterdam. In cities around the coastal towns, gay life exists, but be discreet with affection. Prepare for hostility, but not necessarily violence if you're holding hands or kissing in public.
Number 3 on our list here is Rijeka.
Rijeka.
It's creative, it's gritty, it's coastal, and it's artsy. Rijeka has a we do things our own way vibe that a lot of LGBTQ plus folks love.
Reality is that Rijeka is an industrial spot. It's not your postcard picture perfect place like Dubrovnik, but it also is way affordable. It's known as one of Croatia's most progressive cities. It has a large alternative culture, activism, and visible LGBTQ plus community. There is a gay organization or queer organization there called Lori, Lori.
As for your wallet, cost of living here is about 50% cheaper than Denver, Colorado, which is pretty sweet. Average 2-bedroom rent goes for $900 to $1,100 a month. All this in totality, we're giving Rijeka a queer money retirement rating of 8 out of 10.
All right, in a runner-up spot, coming in at number 2 is the city of Split, the city that most people are probably familiar with when it comes to Croatia, or at least a lot of visitors go there. Why is it fabulous? Well, it has an amazing beach life, Roman ruins. There's a lot of island hopping because there are a lot of islands off the coast of Croatia, and it has great warm weather. Split kind of feels like the vacation that you never have to leave.
That sounds perfect. And I could use some warm weather right now. Reality check, though, is that the tourist crowds in the summer are off the charts, and consequently, so is the pricing. So keep that in mind if this is a place that you choose to retire to and you try to stretch your dollars as far as possible. That said, winters are very, very quiet. Queer vibe check, though, it has a small but social LGBTQ plus scene. There is pride, there's beach culture, and there are visible expats that make it all easier to plug in. A couple bars you might want to check out. One is X Club, and the other is 440 Castro. And then, of course, the Split LGBT Center organization.
When it comes to your wallet, you're going to be looking at it costing about 40 to 45% cheaper than Denver. And a 2-bedroom is going to run you around $1,100 to $1,400 US. For all these reasons, we're giving Split a Queer Money retirement rating of 8.5 out of 10. The Queer Money retirement rating is designed to help you make the decision process a little easier when it comes to finding where it is you're going to retire. If you like this kind of content, please remember to like, subscribe, and share it, especially with your hubby or wifey that you plan to retire abroad with.
All right, last time we covered 6 desirable places where getting a visa is realistic. Next time, in 2 weeks, we're going to cover Maluma's country of Colombia. I can't wait for that. And this time, of course, we're covering the wonderful country of Croatia by personal request. Don't forget to comment what we get right, what we get wrong, especially our pronunciations. Y'all like to correct us on that. And also share your personal experiences. That's the best part of this conversation that we're having.
All right, coming in at number 1 is Zagreb. And Zagreb is fabulous because it's known as a city with lots of culture, lots of cafes, highly walkable, plenty of museums, has all 4 seasons. It is the largest city in the country. The other thing about it is that daily life here actually works. It's a very livable, social, and affordable city.
Reality check, though, it's not coastal. So if you need beaches in your retirement, this isn't the place to be. Winters are cold, but flights are cheap, and the Adriatic beaches aren't actually not that far away. Queer vibe check, though, it has Croatia's largest LGBTQ plus community. It has pride, it has bars, it has dating scene, it has a lot of chosen family energy. This is where queer life gets really, really easy. And one of the bars that popped up on our radar is Hot Pot.
Not the Chinese one. Yeah, right. So
the bar.
When it comes to your wallet, you're going to look at overall cost of living about 45% to 50% cheaper than Denver. A 2-bedroom is going to run you around $1,000 to $1,300. And for all these reasons, it gets our number 1 spot at 9.5 out of 10 for the Queer Money retirement rating. Darlings, this isn't just investing. It's a passport to fabulous. With the Optimize Portugal Golden Opportunities Fund, a 500,000 euro move gets you a Portugal Golden Visa, daily liquidity, and an EU passport in just 5 years.
Bring your partner, your kids, even your parents. Visa-free Schengen travel and Portugal's low-cost lifestyle included. Scan the QR code or click the link in the video description to explore how. So before you start trolling our comment feed on YouTube or Instagram, we know we didn't include Dubrovnik in this list. Dubrovnik is just not affordable for gay retirees who are trying to stretch their dollars as far as possible. Remember, we said on the outset, we overweight affordability over all other things. And unfortunately, because of, I guess, Game of Thrones,
right,
Dubrovnik is just not affordable. Dubrovnik is more a vacation postcard than it is livable life. And the biggest issue is that it gets very, very touristy, especially during the summertime. Literally in the summertime, the cruise ships are dumping thousands of people off every single day, which makes Old Town literally unaffordable. So we know Dubrovnik might be your favorite vacation spot, but we're not trying to find lists here or cities here that are for vacation. We're trying to find places that are for retiring. If you don't like our list, you can create your own channel.
Yeah. So Croatia proves that you don't need Paris prices or Barcelona crowds to live a beautiful, gay-affirming life in Europe. From Zagreb's community to Split's coastline to the affordability of Osijek, there's a version of Croatia for almost every kind of gay retiree. If you want help figuring out which one fits your numbers, that's exactly why we're here, and that is exactly why we created the Happy Gay Retirement Calculator, which you can find with the link in your podcast player or in the description of this video.
Then join us next time when we cover what we're not spending our money on in 2020. And until next time, stay fabulous. If you want to see which city, Denver, or any place in Colorado would be perfect for your retirement, check out this video here on the most affordable LGBTQ plus friendly cities in Colorado.
Bye.